This story begins on Earth -52. Central City's greatest hero, the Flash, is panicked and terrified. Something has happened to his city. Something so catastrophic and horrible that it is causing the entire world to collapse. It is then revealed that during the midst of this chaos, the Flash is fighting something, or someone he'd rather not be fighting. Explosions of lightning, fire, and ice rain all around the speedster. It appears his greatest foes have teamed up and are using their powers against him. However, this is not the case. This is not a group of the Flash's greatest villains. This is solely one of the Flash's greatest friends, Batman. He is armed with every single weapon from each of the Flash's greatest enemies and is demanding for the Flash to give him his source of power, the source of his speed. Batman is demanding the Speed Force. Batman, I told you, I won't give you the Speed Force. I've lost people I love too, but...
Then you should understand. If you don't help me willingly, I'll make you.
We then see that on this Earth, something horrible happened that caused the deaths of everyone Batman ever loved. Something so horrible that it drove him over the edge, and now he wants the Flash's powers so he can turn back time and get his family back. The Flash knows the consequences of using his powers for time travel and refuses to give Bruce his powers. Suddenly, Batman uses Mirror Master's gun to jump into the window of a nearby skyscraper and leaps out the other side, armed in his Batmobile the size of a tank.
It didn't have to come to this. I asked for help and you rejected me. If our roles were flipped, I would use every tool at my disposal to get you what you needed.
I said no because of your plans for the Speed Force. It is a dark path to run. I can see you're desperate and hurting. But no matter how many times the Flash tries to reason with Batman, it does not work. Bruce will not stop until he has the speed of the Flash. The Flash, realizing there is no more reasoning with his friend, fires a cyclone at Batman, knocking him to the ground. I'm sorry for what happened to your family, but it won't end there. We have to figure out how to save everyone, together.
You're right. You're a good friend, Flash. I could always count on you.
The Flash then goes to console Bruce, when suddenly Batman slams a syringe into the Flash's leg that it causes it to freeze instantly. Batman then punches the Flash right in the face, knocking him out cold. When the dazed Flash awakens, he is shocked and horrified at what he sees. Bruce has chained our hero to the front of the Batmobile and has started the engine. Bruce! What are you doing? Batman reveals that he has studied the Flash's power and has repurposed the engine of the Batmobile to harness the speed of the Flash. He plans to race into the Speed Force and suck the power directly from our hero. The Flash struggles to escape and pleads for Bruce not to do this. The mistakes I made when I vowed to my parents that I would save Gotham is that I was thinking too small. I should have promised to save the world. Batman then slams on the gas, and the Batmobile roars forward, with the Flash screaming as he is chained to the hood. Suddenly, a wild burst of lightning and power bursts forth. Batman's plan worked. The Speed Force has opened. The Flash has one final desperate plea for Batman to stop. You cannot access the Speed Force this way. You can't force it. It will rip us both apart.
I know. I'm sorry, Barry. But now, we can save the world. Together.
We then watch the flesh and bone peel off both men as they dive further and further, until a blinding flashing light all but consumes the two former heroes. We then flash forward to Gotham, which is in absolute disarray. Gangs run the streets, and innocents run scared. A young couple, desperately trying to escape the carnage, when suddenly the Scarecrow leaps down, armed with his scythe ready to strike down, when all of a sudden, a dark flash of crimson appears and rips the Scarecrow in half. A man, donned in red, dark armor. Batman's plan to race with the Flash into the Speed Force created something deadly and sinister. This being was no longer Batman nor the Flash. This was something much worse. This was Batman, the Red Death. The Red Death proceeds to race throughout Gotham, killing all of Batman's greatest foes such as Riddler, Penguin, and Man-Bat. This Batman truly thought he was on a virtuous mission. He, like the Batman Who Laughs, created so much death and destruction on his world that it started to fall apart. His world was dying. Batman removed his helmet to reveal a distorted and scarred face as he stands atop Wayne Manor as he witnesses the end of his existence.
There is part of me, something deep inside, that still gives me hope that I can save this world.
He is then approached by a familiar voice, the voice of the Batman Who Laughs.
Even if it means the destruction of another.
Suddenly, the Flash's face rips from Batman's face, warning Bruce not to listen. Batman then forces the Flash's face back into his own and wants to know who this person is.
Someone very much like you. Someone who lost his world simply because it was born down here.
The Batman Who Laughs with a sinister grin reveals his plan to destroy other worlds, to cleanse the multiverse, and is recruiting other Batmen to do so. The Red Death places his helmet back on and happily obliges to join this evil Batman on his path of destruction and chaos.